Hey there, fellow marketers. Professor Walters here, and today I have a question for you. Which onion soup mix are you going to buy, huh? Are you going to get the Schnucks onion soup and dip mix or the Lipton Recipe Secrets onion? Ooh, which one's it going to be? Well, today's video is actually going to talk about the differences between private label brands and manufacturer label brands, because there are some differences, though I'm going to guess they both will make some tasty dips and soups, okay? And so if we look at what we call private label brands, that's our Schnucks brand. So those who don't know, Schnucks is a local grocery store where I live, so I have their private label brand of onion soup mix. Now, I could go out and get the Lipton brand. This is a manufacturer brand that they sell in stores all over the country, whereas Schnucks brands, the private label brands, are only sold at Schnucks stores. And the thing is, what you have to realize is these private label products are made specifically for this one store. So those Arizona jeans at JCPenney's, yeah, they're exclusively at JCPenney's because JCPenney's owns the private label brand of that, so of course it's going to be just there. That's why you only see the Great Value brand when you go to Walmart, because it's Walmart's private label. And the thing is, for firms, for Schnucks, in general, private label brands make them a bigger profit than selling the Lipton brand. Because think about it, if I'm making this myself, do I have to pay Lipton a percentage? No. Am I going to advertise this? No. If you notice, you don't see too many private labels get advertised. It's Lipton that's advertising their onion soup mix, and you go to the store and you see the Lipton one here, and then you see the generic, or you see the private label down below, and probably at a lower price. You're like, does it matter that much if I get the private label versus the manufacturer label? And that's what companies are betting on. The people are thinking, you know what, I can save a little money getting the private label over this one, and that makes a bit more money for those businesses. And the thing is, there's a lot of different types of private label brands, and the thing is, you can look at it in terms of generic private labels. So it's just kind of like, oh, there's a normal brand like the Lipton, and we just have a knockoff, the cheaper version of it. It's kind of like when you go to the grocery store and you see the food at like eye level, and then what do you do for the cheap ones? Oh, you look down at the bottom or up at the top where there's cheaper prices. A lot of times that's where you're going to find those private label brands. So that would be the Great Value at Walmart. That would be the Schnucks brand, for the onion soup mix. This might be the Meijer sauerkraut, because Meijer is also another store by where I live. You have those things. And the thing is, they're just playing, it's kind of like the generic, cheaper version of the more popular brand. It's not the Jolly Green Giant, right? It's just the Meijer brand. And the thing is, it's not just generics. Also, what you'll see is sometimes you'll see what are called premium private labels. So this is when you have your own fancy private label that's something nice. That kind of goes in that idea of the Arizona jeans at JCPenney's. They were the whole private label for that was really geared towards a higher end, nicer jean versus the cheap knockoff jeans, right? So we're kind of thinking about that. But the thing is it's not always, a premium label or a cheap label. There's other kinds of private labels you'll see. One you might see is what's called a co-branded private label. So if you take out your credit card, I'm sure it'll say Visa and maybe Chase on it. I have the American Express Delta card. And so Delta has their own kind of private label American Express credit card, right? So they do it that way. Helps them make some money. Maybe you have the Chase United Airlines Visa card, right? So it's Chase, Visa, United Airlines all together. And so there's different things you might be looking for in there. So brands will come up with these co-branded ones to think, look, people want to have a Visa credit card. What can we do to make them want it even more? Let's throw in extra miles. Let's throw in 2% cash back. Let's put in there you get free access to a lounge or something like that. They do that to make that co-branded credit card look nicer and more appealing. So you use that versus your everyday Visa card. And then we have my favorite type of private labels. You have the copycat private labels. So can you tell me the difference between these two? There's this side, this side. These are they'll both play your Super Mario Brothers games. I'm doing this quickly so you can't look and see the difference. Can you see the difference? Do you notice any difference here? This one is the Nintendo Entertainment System. Okay, so you can play all the old Nintendo games from when I was a kid. You can play those on this. And this is the Entertainment System. Well, this is the manufacturer brand. This is made by Nintendo to sell, their retro gaming stuff. And this is a copycat to make look just like it. It plays similar games, all kinds of stuff, and it's hard to tell the difference. And the thing is, some brands know that, because if you see something like this, you're like, oh, that's the old school Nintendo, right? It's kind of like if you look and see, sometimes if you see a red can in the soda aisle, you're like, oh, that's Coke. Have you ever gone to, like the Schnucks brand? They might, like, you have Dr. Pepper, and then there's Dr. Lou. You're like, what? What's Dr. Lou? Oh, that's their kind of copycat of Dr. Pepper. So you'll see that with those copycat private labels. It does happen, okay? Because what you're doing is the entertainment system is basically getting all the free advertising from the Nintendo Entertainment System and using that to their advantage. Okay, so you do have that. Now, the thing is, there's not just private labels. You have manufacturer brands too. That is the Nintendo Entertainment System. That is the StarKist Chunk Light Tuna, right? It's not Meyer Tuna, it's StarKist, okay? And so what happens here is a firm produces their own products, which they sell under their own name, hence StarKist, and they sell it through various retailers. It's not exclusive. It's not StarKist exclusively at Walmart. No, StarKist sells in all kinds of retailers, all kinds of outlets, not in just one place. And the thing is, StarKist and the firms that make these manufacturer brands, they're involved in the production, they're involved in the development, they're involved in the promotion of it, they're the ones putting the ads out and all these kind of things, and they're developing it to develop brand loyalty to this specific manufacturer brand. So you look for that StarKist tuna no matter where you go. Whether you're at Meyer, Schnucks, Walmart, whatever, StarKist tuna, that's the one I know and love. And that's why what you'll see is to develop that brand loyalty, you might have more, I mean, you're probably not gonna have a warranty on a StarKist tuna, but you might have warranties or guarantees that kind of go along with that. That's why when you're going out to the store, you're like, I don't know what to get. I'm going to get the brand I know, the brand I trust, because I know that brand. I don't know if the private label on sushi is going to be good. Do I want to take a chance on that, right? Or do I get the big name sushi company that makes this stuff? And so what we end up doing is with these manufacturers brands, we're really doing what's called a pull strategy. We're trying to inspire that end customer so when they go to the store, they specifically look for StarKist tuna, not just any kind of tuna. Okay, so we really want to make sure that you're getting the Nintendo Entertainment System, not the entertainment system, the knockoff. Okay, so we do that. So I hope this can help you understand the difference between a manufacturer's label, the StarKist brand, versus a private label entertainment system, which is kind of a copycat version of it. So I hope this helps you understand a bit better between private label and manufacturer label. Let me know what companies have really good private label brands that you love. I know when I lived in Germany, people love the Aldi brands. They would always rank really high in quality and in low price. So let us know. So hopefully you can all find some private labels we can enjoy. But sometimes you just can't beat good manufacturer stuff like the StarKist tuna. Not too bad. Anyway, I wish you all the best. Bye.